Hey, Nick.
What's up, buddy?
Nothing much. You?
Not much, man. Whoa.
What are those?
What do you mean? Nick, what's wrong with my shoes?
You know what, man? Don't even worry about it.
Wait, Nick, wait up!
It was at this point Jake knew. He f***ed up. You know what hurts more than tripping over your own laces? The fact that millions of individuals who work for these major shoe companies are getting paid less than sufficient wages to sustain their livelihoods and support their own families. The ILO, which stands for International Labor Organization, is an organization founded under the United Nations. Their main goals are to promote the principles of workers' rights, enhance social protection for all, and strengthen tripartism and social dialogue. For the sake of child labor and sweatshops, it is important to focus mainly on their second goal, which is to enhance social protection for all. The ILO has set out three major objectives. The first objective is extending the coverage and effectiveness of Social Security schemes. The second is promoting labor protection. And finally, working through dedicated programs and activities to protect migrant groups and their families. Promoting labor protection comprises of decent working conditions which include wages, occupational safety and health, and realistic working time. These are essential components of decent work that every individual should have. Well, now I think you guys can see why I don't enjoy untied shoes very much. They're hazardous, they look stupid, they're noisy. But back to the international aspect of it, I'm going to talk about three treaties that have to relate to labor protection in terms of child labor, wages, and forced labor. The first is the Protection of Wages Convention of 1949, specifically Article 14. And that states, where necessary, effective measures shall be taken to ensure that workers are informed in an appropriate and easily understandable manner, that, before they enter employment, and when any changes take place, of the conditions in respect to wages under which they are employed. This basically states that the employer has to inform the worker before they enter any form of employment under this employer of the conditions of their work wages, so how much they're going to be getting paid. So this is nice to have because it basically just states in an international aspect that you can't just be hired and then they tell you their wages. You got to know what you're going to be getting paid. In terms of this convention, as of 2015, it's been ratified by 98 states, which is good. So that means a lot of people are in for this convention. The next convention has to do with child labor, and that is the Minimum Age Convention of 1973, specifically Article 7, where it states, national laws or regulations may permit the employment or work of persons 13 to 15 years of age on light work which is not likely to be harmful to their health or development. I think this is a great convention to have because it's basically stating that if kids want to work, they can work, but it has to be light work and it's not going to be harmful. So it's good experience for them. Also good for the protection of children. Next is the Protocol 2014 to the Forced Labor Convention of 1930. Articles 2, it states the measures to be taken for the prevention of forced or compulsory labor shall include educating and informing people, especially those considered to be particularly vulnerable, in order to prevent their becoming victims of forced or compulsory labor. Educating and informing employers in order to prevent their becoming involved in forced or compulsory labor practices. Undertaking efforts to ensure that the coverage and enforcement of legislation relevant to the prevention of forced or compulsory labor, including labor law, as appropriate, applied to all workers in all sectors of the economy. The Protocol 2014 is essentially just stating that it's important to educate and to inform all the individuals who could be susceptible to forced labor. So it's a good precautionary measure taken.